Hi everybody, so today my review is on a Jetta 4 2-liter Highline. So let's have a look around. So this Jetta is fitted with a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It is a petrol engine that has 2 valves per cylinder. It produces 85 kilowatts and 170 Newton meters of torque. The claimed 0 to 100 time is about 11 seconds, so not the quickest thing out there, but it does get stronger as the speed builds. The Jetta 4 does share its platform with a Golf 4, the A3 and the A4 as well. And in other countries that have Skodas and Seats, they also use this platform from the same era. So it is a well-known and widely used platform. So it does come standard with 16-inch alloy wheels and measure 205 55 16. Jetta still has discs in the back. It doesn't have drums, which is nice because it means they didn't worry too much about cost saving. So this is the Highline, but the Jettas never came with automatic folding mirrors. So that's it for the outside. Now we can have a look at the interior. The car does have a lot of adjustment in these comfortable leather seats. You can obviously go forward and backwards, up and down, and the backrest as well. And you can also adjust your lower back support. Jetta is a lovely car to be in. Don't be fooled by the VW badge. The build quality on this is just excellent. There's soft touch material just about everywhere, including the door panels. There's even some leather on the door panels, and we even have a leather wrapped central armrest. So the Jetta has a simple and clean design. The switches are exactly where you expect them to be. It is German after all, so everything works perfectly. We do have some fake wooden trim here, but I guess we can just gloss over that. So these leather seats really are excellent. They provide just about enough support, yet they're still quite soft and comfortable to be in. And not forgetting that they are heated as well. We have 4 electric windows. The 2 front ones are fully automatic, up and down. The back ones are not automatic though. That's for locking the back windows, and that's for the central locking. Chrome door handles, which is made of metal, so it does feel quite nice to the touch. Electric mirror controls for the lights, obviously, with the front fog on it and the back one. That's for adjusting the headlight. You can put it up or down, and that's for the cluster. To the center console. We have our heated seat controls over here, hazards, and the rear defrost. Some, I guess a bit nasty wooden trim. There should be 2 cup holders here. One is adjustable, one is fixed. A little bit of storage under here. We have 8 speakers in this car, and it's all standard from VW. So it is excellent. Heater controls, fan, zone, aircon, ashtray and 12-volt socket. And here's our 5-speed manual gearbox. This armrest is adjustable, and it does have a little bit of storage on the inside. Cheap leather around the gear shift, but I guess all cars are like that. And we have a nicely wrapped handbrake. The petrol filler cap is down here. So this car has 275,000 Ks on the clock, which is a lot. and yet still the build quality is excellent on this. You also have a trip computer. Not the best average, 10.4, but I was driving around town a lot, that's why. Good sized door bins, as well as those lights on the doors, which look very nice at night. And a light for the driver and the passenger. At the back we have a speaker, the same nice metal handles, window control, tweeter. At the back we still have those nice soft leather seats, not very supportive at the back, and these lovely headrests with a lot of space in the back there if, I don't know, if you had to store something. We do have a central armrest as well, with a little bit of storage on the inside. So the car is quite big, so you would think there's a lot of space in the back, and I guess there is, but it's not the easiest to get in, and it's because of these 2 points. From year to year, that space isn't very big, and you do tend to hit your leg here and just squeeze in. There's no door pockets here. We do have some nice leather here, so it is quite soft. This is not as soft as the one in the front. Electric window control. We have a reading lamp here. The central tunnel isn't that wide, so you could fit 3 people, and legroom won't be an issue. There is a very small storage here that nobody's ever going to use, and we do have a little bit of storage at the back here. These seats do fold down, and we did actually carry a dog in here as well. But you do have to put the base down first if you want the seats to be flat. That's quite interesting. So on a B segment car like a VW Polo or something like that, this is just hard plastic, but in this car it's material, so they do try to make it feel more refined and obviously quieter. Even this feels thicker than the one in the Polo, so that's quite nice. So all Jettas previously had a big boot, and that's no exception with this car. Okay, so on top we have our warning triangle, which is essential. You cannot drive a car in South Africa without that. Well, you can, but if you do get stopped by the police, you'll get a fine. I do actually like this chrome metal piece. It's much better than having just cheap, nasty plastic like this, because when these plastic pieces get scratches, they just look terrible. Yeah, so inside the boot. So the boot itself is massive. It's just over 500 liters. And inside we do have some tethering points right here. We do have a storage net on the side and a 12-volt socket. Very good for a long trip when you have a fridge or something like that. On the left hand side of the boot we should have a first aid kit, but yeah, it's missing. And underneath the boot, yeah, that's a spare tire and a jack, all your tools that you need. And actually there is a bit of storage here. You could actually load some stuff here. Now to show how big this boot is, I'm going to put a full-size human inside. Get in, Tracy. Right, so she easily fits in there, and there's still a lot more space for another person. And if we want to be mean, we can just close it. We won't, but we could. You can come out. Thank you very much. So now it's time for the slightly exciting bit, which is the drive. I'll say slightly because, I mean, it's a Jetta 4. It's not the most exciting car there. So I guess we could start with the heart of the car, which is the engine. So this is the Highline model, which has the 2-liter 4-cylinder 8-valve engine. Because it's just an 8-valve engine, it's definitely down on power. It just has 85 kilowatts and 170 Newton meters of torque, which is down on the 16-valve that VW produced In earlier cars, in fact, the 16 valve produced about 110 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque. So this one is a lot slower, and that's why it takes about 11 seconds to hit 100 kph, which is quite slow. So it is slow on the bottom end, but the engine is smooth and power delivery is quite linear, and it does pull quite hard after 160. This one is definitely built for the top end, I think. I got it up to 195 and it still had plenty more in it. In fact, at 190 it's still in 4th gear, so there's still an extra gear and you can feel it still has a lot more in it. So this does look like a 220 kph kind of car, which isn't bad, I mean, just for 85 kilowatts. I'm just going to put a small clip here just to show you what a 1.6 liter 8 valve engine with 74 kilowatts did to this poor old thing. Oh yes! Beating a 2 liter Jetta quite easily, actually. So that 2 liter 8 valve engine is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. I'm not sure which gearbox is this, but it's definitely a lovely gearbox. The shifts are even better than the E90 BMW. It's smooth, it's precise, you just know where it's going in and you can feel what's happening without it feeling too notchy. Ratios on the gearbox, I guess they're not the longest. In 2nd gear you can hit 100 kph, so it's not very long, it's just normal. But I don't give a shit about that because this is just such a lovely gearbox to use. The handling on this, well, it isn't the best, let's be honest, but it's fine. It's not supposed to be. This is a car that was probably built to be on the freeway a lot, and just to be a normal everyday car. It's not meant to be a sports car. I think with any old car though, the rack is just so slow. I mean, you could do this all day and it'll change direction so slowly. There's quite a lot of body roll as well, and it is quite a heavy car, so that's another reason. I can't really feel anything as well. There's not much feel, even though this is a hydraulic system. There's not much feel. I guess it's not meant for that. This is a normal kind of 4-door sedan kind of car that will spend a lot of its time on the freeway, so it's not really meant for that. So the one thing you really do miss on modern cars are the brakes. I mean, the brakes on modern cars nowadays are just excellent. They can just stop you on a dime, but this one isn't the best. I mean, it does have ABS with EBD and disc all around, but it's still no match to a modern car for brakes. The good thing is that you can brake quite hard without ABS kicking in, but that could also be due to the tires. The car does have quite nice tires on. So the Jetta is a lovely car to drive, it really is. It's not the most exciting. It doesn't give you much feel or feedback from the steering or anything like that, but it's still a very nice, enjoyable car to drive. Just from the word go, as soon as you get in, you get a nice seating position, you feel comfortable. The armrest makes it seem like you're in a much more expensive car. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. And the clutch is light, the gears are easy, the brakes are good enough, the engine doesn't feel underpowered. So it really is a lovely car to drive. And the steering also, it's quite light. So it really is a lovely car to drive. Not the most sporty, but a lovely everyday car. If you just need a good car to go from A to B every day in comfort and still use it on a long journey, a long road trip of some sort, then this is the car for you. This is just a lovely car, and especially nowadays, you know, you can pick them up for about 50,000 Rand, which is a lot of car for the money. So if you liked this video, please like the video and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you for the next review. Thank you. Bye bye.